Are we live?
Oh, just talk.
Hey, so we're back with Unscripted Real Estate. So the three of us are together. I don't know, Ryan just jumped away. Today we're going to talk to you guys about the Oklahoma Metro Market, and I'm now by myself. I'm just glad that all three of us are here for
This
lots
is the first time in
It's been a while.
6 years. When was the last time we were actually all three of us in a video?
I came out of my hidey hole last week, remember?
Yeah.
Remember that video?
But I feel like you and I even shot a video by ourselves without Ryan. Do you know who's been consistently here?
I've been busy showing property all over.
Oh, I don't really do real estate, so I got plenty of time.
Well, you do.
I can do all the Facebook videos I want. I'm joking. I do business.
Okay, so anyways, we really wanted to just kind of bring value today, like always, and just tell you what's going on in our market, what our days on market looks like, kind of price points. So who's first?
A summary of the Oklahoma City metro area real estate.
Okay.
Something.
Now go.
Yeah, so now give some brilliance.
Brilliance. No pressure.
Yes, no, there's never pressure.
So what we, okay.
Yeah, market's good.
If you have a house
that's
that
it.
is 150 or under, call me. I want to list it because it is going to sell that day and get multiple offers, I feel like, right?
Yeah, if you have something above 150 and you want a realtor that doesn't mind a challenge, just call me.
That is not what this is supposed to be.
Oh, okay. No, are you touching my butt? What are you,
I was getting my phone.
I just felt a hand on my butt. Okay, so what we're seeing, honestly, and it changes as the prices go up. But the market is good. The market's moving. We're seeing days on market continually drop, especially for this time of year. If you've got a good property and it's under $200,000, it's not lasting long.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's
as long as it's priced well, marketed well.
Yeah, there's always
there
that
there are
caveat.
qualifiers there. Yeah,
It can still be under 200, but if you have it listed for 30,000 more than what it's worth, it's not going to sell quickly. But if it's priced right, marketed well, and the home is in good condition,
Yeah.
you know, it's show ready, then yeah, the market is continually showing us that those kind of homes are moving very, very quickly. If you're on the sell side, that's great. If you're on the buy side, it means
It's tough.
you better have already talked to your lender. You better be pre-approved.
Yes.
You better be ready to come in with a competitive offer. This isn't the time of year to try to come in and lowball offers. If you're serious about them, you need to come in and you need to be aggressive. Now, that doesn't mean you can't try to negotiate, and that's where you talk with your realtor and figure out, hey, what's a fair price for this house? But if it's a house
Sometimes
that...
it's list price, right?
That's true.
Sometimes
it
it's
is
this
list
price, and you don't even ask for closing costs. You just
Well, I mean,
get in
what
there
I'm
and do it.
finding in that price range is we're putting in an offer, and of course you want a little bit of negotiation, but they're getting multiple offers, and people are actually paying more than the list price to win these homes. I don't know.
Yeah, I've had several listings go for higher than list price. Even some that I felt like we were being pretty aggressive on the list price. It's just there's so much competition.
Yeah.
Now, what are you seeing in the price points when you start getting a little bit higher above 300, 350, 400? Are they moving as fast, or are you just
Honestly,
they sitting
I'm
longer?
seeing this. I mean, they're a little bit longer, but I'm seeing the same thing. If it's a great property, it's priced well. You know, it's in good condition. It's great photos, all that good stuff that gets people in the door. The buyers are, man, they're ready to go. I mean, it's that time of year. You know, they want to get moved during the summer, and they're anxious. We're seeing all the time where they've already lost out on another house, you know, that they love because of multiple offers. So they come in and they're hardcore serious. They're like, we want to write an offer right here at the kitchen table before we, you know, hide the key. Don't let anybody else in the door.
Which we will
do.
The offer we'll hide the key
right now.
Yeah.
You know, they're serious about it. So it does come back to what John Michael was just saying about being qualified and being ready to go. I mean, that's a hugely important piece, because you can submit all the offers you want. Without a pre-qual letter, it's not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah.
You're not winning anything.
Which, let me say this real quick. You're saying it's going quicker, and I think that's one of the biggest differences in that 300,000 plus, is that last year, around this time, even in hot market periods of time, I really felt like that was slow. It was
slower, yeah.
And not just sales, even showings and everything. So it seems like that, I think, because last year I was listing homes that were below 200,000 and they were going like that. But then last year, the listings that I had that were 300,000 and above were slower. And so I think that's the biggest change that we've seen in the market is that homes over 300,000 are still moving, relatively speaking, pretty quickly. Again, as long as all of those qualifiers are there, that it's marketed well and ready to go.
Well, at that price point, though, what I'm finding is now I'm talking about above 325 up to 350. A lot of times, if the homes are traditional, they're actually sitting longer. Because people kind of want whites and grays and all of that modern look. So I've noticed now where agents are advising their clients to do some painting to get that home updated, at least into a little bit of a modern, traditional feel. And then those homes are selling faster. Do you think it's worth putting in a little bit of paint into the property to kind of get it to that point, or lowering the price?
I think it can be worth it. Absolutely. I think I mentioned in a previous video, we've had a few lately where I've told the sellers to replace all the countertops with granite. That's a pretty sizable upgrade cost-wise, but we're getting that money back and then some because it is bringing that home up to a more modern feel. You walk into a house that was built in 1995 and it's got Formica countertops still. People are going to lowball that house because they know, they're afraid of having to spend the money.
They want move-in ready, right?
Yeah, same thing on the paint. We've had one recently that entire interior was repainted just to bring it up, give it that fresh feel. It doesn't even necessarily need to be whites or grays. That definitely helps. It's definitely popular right now. But I think just having that fresh, it's amazing what a coat of paint will do
to
the
agree.
Feel of a house. You
and
walk
the smell.
In. Yeah, I mean,
just smells like a new home.
Yeah, it feels new. Exactly.
Doesn't smell like your cat.
Yeah, so people are gonna So people are gonna pay a little bit more in that scenario.
And here's let's be honest. There is so much new construction going on in the metro area that you've got to think that with your home that was built even in like 2008,
right?
Colors and all of that kind of changed overnight. It seems like once more people started jumping onto HGTV, it just swept through the country. Yeah. Probably got to Oklahoma last because that's kind of that's our thing.
That's what we did.
But so you got to think you're competing against a lot of new construction, and so when they do have these, new neutral, gray colors and all that, and that's really become what people want. You've got to compete with that, and so you've got to kind of weigh that risk reward. That if you're choosing to leave everything dark and all of that, and maybe some of that antique paint style, they're going to be viewing that against all these new grays and whites and some of that, which I am starting to see dark wood come back more and more with new construction.
A good mix is always
and that's where you kind of you want it. But
the trends are always going to be changing, flowing a little bit, but keeping up with that is great. But just having that fresh feel, regardless of whether the colors are necessarily super modern or whatever, just the fresh feel that, hey, we can move in here and not have to do anything, I think is a huge thing for most buyers. There are exceptions to that, but most buyers don't want to do any work. So paint the purple walls or get rid of the green shag carpet or whatever because people don't want to mess with that stuff.
Hey, color's coming back in. Wait a minute. Color's coming back in, y'all. Have you not seen
green shag?
Well,
but I'm
not
not
sure
sure that
house
was ever. She's just saying that because she posted something on Facebook the other day or Instagram or something that had just a bunch of pink tile. And
Which is in.
We argued about it because one of them was hideous.
Color is in.
Color's all.
Says the guy who tight rolls his pants. If you really,
that was very uncomfortable. I think my hip is now dislocated. My hip flexor is cramping currently because of that maneuver.
Why don't you go get your
and that's a sloppy tightroll
toy that you use to take care of that.
We're back to the toy.
I think
that sounded so bad.
You're cutting out.
I wanted.
Let's talk numbers real quick, or not?
Hey, what's the average sale price in the metro area?
Hey, I'm glad that you asked that. $215,000 is the average sales price here in June. And when we talk about the Oklahoma City metro area, what we are saying is Oklahoma City, Edmond, Moore, Norman, Choctaw.
Listen, he tried to eliminate Choctaw, and I was like,
Yukon,
really?
Piedmont.
Yukon and Piedmont.
All your suburbs. And
so that circle. And so that's up from, in May, it was $195,000, which, we're, what is this, June 5th? 4th? 30th? What is today?
The 8th?
The 5th.
I don't know.
It's the 5th.
It's June.
June 5th.
Okay.
See, you
I
guys can
promise.
trust us with all of our numbers because it just took 6 minutes to figure out what day
today's
today
date is.
actually
I knew,
is.
but
No, thanks. Ryan knew
Yeah.
the date. So
Yeah.
so I don't know that we have enough data from June to really tell much, but we are in an upward swing of what the average sale price is. Days on market depends on probably more specifically your area, but we are seeing those numbers drop too. So homes are selling for more and sitting on the market less, and that's why I think we said in a video like a month ago that now
Yeah.
is the time to list your home
Yeah.
because it will sell
Yes.
quicker and for more. Do you
Right.
remember
I
that?
do.
I kind of do remember
So
that. Yeah.
are we really
So if you
smart?
have a 3-2 at 150,000, call me, or an acre in Choctaw with a shop and a dog run, call me.
Why a dog run?
Because I have a particular
She's got a
buyer that
buyer.
needs it.
That's great.
Sorry.
And if you have a client or you are looking to start growing some medicinal things, I've got a property coming up for you in Luther. Are we now advertising
you're-
Luther?
Yeah,
phone's
but that's
getting
like
ready to blow up
$1 million.
after that one.
If you have $1
I
million,
promise
right? It's $1 million listing.
Yeah, it's $1 million listing, but also if you're growing, you probably got that like in your trunk or something.
Right.
Hopefully along with like a, no, never mind.
My clients are mostly military. We're not going to be growing marijuana. Sorry.
It's legal, Kat.
No, it's not. There's different rules
Yeah, so,
for the
so
That's
days
the
on-
next
military
show.
members.
So
The
days on
next
the
show
market.
is-
Days on the market in April of last year were 57 days on the market on average. Now it's 51.
6 days quicker.
Which is
So do you think there's
a little
gonna be
better
a
than
down?
10%. You know,
Yeah.
Do you think there's going to be a downturn?
eventually, I mean, if you listen to the national news, that's what they're talking about everywhere, and we're always behind that curve. So yeah, we'll eventually get
But
there.
I'll also
ours-
say this.
ours doesn't last as long.
If you're listening to national news, our real estate is so different. That's why you'll see, I think Forbes did an article about Oklahoma City is kind of recession proof. It doesn't seem like our real estate is affected nearly in the same way that it is other places. So when there were huge crashes, it was settled
slowed down,
dips.
right? But
Yeah,
didn't
it was
have a
settled
crash.
dips for us. It wasn't this monumental crash. But then also when you hear about spikes across the country, that doesn't happen as much here.
Right.
Homes appreciated sales price by 3.1% over the last 12 months. And so that's not a huge appreciation.
We're kind of slow and steady.
Yeah,
you know,
and that wins
up
the
or
race,
down
right?
Versus
Isn't that
the
the
big,
tortoise and the hare?
Yeah, the spikes and the dips, that you see in some of your mega markets, out on the coast and stuff like that. I mean, just doesn't apply.
Yeah.
And it's hard for sometimes for people to understand or believe when they come here. They expect that it's going to be the same, and it's really not. It's very
Well,
different.
I know that we're about to wrap up, but there's two things that I
Are
was
we?
going
We
to
had like probably
No,
30
we had way
minutes
too
more
much
of info.
So there's two things that I was going to mention regarding the market. Obviously, I'm not well adversed in all of our number stats, but what I do know is one, there's a lot of people that are relocating from the West Coast area, like California, and they've been buying up Texas. I'm from Texas. We have a property there.
You're from
and
Texas?
it has skyrocketed. And a lot of people now, I hear that there are a lot of investors that are in the Texas area that are now have come to the OKC area, and they're starting to invest and buy. So I think that's promising for our market. I think that you're going to start seeing there's only so much, of course, Texas is huge and the metro area has grown significantly, but we're the next big city.
No, I'm seeing that.
So,
We've got
I mean-
investors that are coming in. And,
Yeah, and I mean, I'm telling
rentals
you,
are up. Rent rates are up big time
Yeah, listen,
right now.
you could-
So if you're renting,
you're paying too much in
nothing
rent.
wrong
You
with
can
renting,
buy.
but you really need to be considering, getting things in order to
Which
buy.
also
because
means,
those
that's why
prices are going up
I've
as
got an
well.
investor from Salt Lake that's buying property there to be able to flip and kind of make that big chunk of money, but he's buying properties here to turn them into rentals because of what the rental market is here and that steady incline. Why do you think we're the next big city? Besides the Thunder.
Well, no, the Thunder's a great thing. All the things that are happening down there,
Like
all the growth, all of the Scissortail Park that they're doing, all the great places to eat. I'm a big foodie or fatty, however you want to call it.
We'll probably say foodie. Probably won't call you a fatty.
I just love all of the local kind of style businesses that are popping up, and just there's so much to do. It's very family friendly. I work with reload families, and I'm always telling them, call me. You want a place to eat, things to do. I will connect you. So that's kind of what
We've also seen big companies. Everyone was lined up.
Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon's doing one of their, is it warehouse?
Out by the airport.
Boeing.
Mowing, yes. All the jobs being created by
Costco
Joe.
just came over here.
Everybody freaked out about that, didn't they?
Yeah, and any
Like
place
a
that has a
rush on the
Costco, you know there's growth. Okay,
Forget
so
the NBA. If you've got a Costco, like you have arrived.
We love
That
our
is-
Thunder.
That is everything. But yeah,
Anything
there's
else?
just cool stuff going on. No, let me say this real quick.
Yeah.
Inventory is very, very low right now, which means if you are considering selling your house, now is the time. You don't have as much competition. So we're in the hot buying season. Rates are a 16-month low as of, I think, yesterday when I saw that. You made a face. Are you
Crazy.
fact-checking me?
I'm not fact checking you.
Okay.
I'm being
16
told we've been on 11 minutes. Just go on.
Man, we got so much more time. Rates are at a 16-month low. So now is the time to get your house out there. When I'm working with buyers, I'm having trouble finding houses for them because there just isn't enough on the market. So do your part to save Oklahoma and put your house on the market.
We have
Yes.
statistically less than 3 months worth of inventory on the market
Yeah.
right now, which is
Wow.
crazy low.
Wow!
4 to
That
6.
is kind of,
No,
last
that
time
is
was
kinda
6
normal.
months.
And
All
we're
right,
below
yeah.
3 months right now. So it is still, regardless of what people say, it is still a seller's market. So if you are selling, you need to be getting on the market pretty quick.
Yeah, thanks. Okay.
You started us, so now I think you have to close us out.
Okay, we're done. We'll
Close
see
us
you
out.
next week. Check us out. Find us on YouTube.
Check us out.
YouTube.
YouTube.
The YouTube.
Really? You said I touched your butt? I didn't touch your butt.
Find us.
You touched the top of my butt.
Find us.
No,
on
I didn't. I
YouTube.
literally grabbed my phone.
I felt something right there.
No, that was my phone.
Hey guys, which button am I supposed to hit? Oh, this is still.
Turn it
going
off.
on.
Yeah, it is.
Delete.
Oh, it really is.
Delete.